When you joined Toastmasters, they sent you 2 books. What were they?
Competent communicator?
Competent Communicator, everybody knows that one, but what's the other one? Competent Leadership.
Oh.
Competent Leadership. Toastmasters has 2 tracks. There's a communication track, which everyone's familiar with, the public speaking. But there's also a leadership track, because the 2 things go hand in hand. A lot of people overlook that. One great way to enhance your leadership skills is to step up and take on an officer role. We're going to hold officer elections next week for 7 officer positions. So I'm going to go through and explain the 7 officer roles that we'll hold elections for, and see if there's something that fits your skills and your interests. The first officer is the president, of course. That's currently me. The president sets the tone for the club and tries to motivate and provide leadership for the club. The president facilitates earning distinguished club recognition. So Toastmasters International has 10 goals for each club to try to make sure that members are achieving the milestones that the members want to achieve. Actually, this last year we achieved 9 of the 10, so we're a President's Distinguished Club, which is pretty cool. The Vice President of Education is the second role. That's the second person in charge. That person passes around the sign-up sheet, which I'm sure is going around. Everybody's going to sign up for this next week, right? The Vice President of Education is trying to make sure that people are getting speaking slots, functionary roles, and the VPE also assigns mentors so that new members come in, they have an experienced member who helps them understand what to do, basically. And this is a very important role because 6 of the 10 distinguished club goals are really the responsibility of the Vice President of Education. And the VPE also has one of the 2 votes at the district level. The president and the VPE both vote for district officers. The third role is the Vice President of Membership, and that sounds fairly straightforward. The Vice President of Membership is in charge of members, getting members, talking to guests, answering guest questions, and trying to get guests to become members, because the club is constantly evolving. People come in, people leave, so we need new guests to come in and become new members to keep it vibrant. The 4th in charge, there's kind of a hierarchy here. The 4th person is the Vice President of Public Relations. Public relations is kind of the old-fashioned way of saying marketing. So the Vice President of PR maintains social media sites and tries to basically promote the club to get new guests to come in. The secretary keeps meeting minutes or makes sure that somebody does keep meeting minutes. All of these roles are things that are not necessarily done specifically by the person, but that person is in charge of delegating or finding somebody to take care of the role. The treasurer has the money, the bank account, writing checks, depositing dues, and Toastmasters International, we pay $8 a month to be members of the club. Well, $6 goes to Toastmasters International, so the treasurer takes care of sending the money to them. And the 7th officer is the sergeant at arms. That is the person who keeps track of the club's physical property, like the lectern or podium or whatever you want to call this thing, the gavel, the banner, that kind of stuff. So the sergeant at arms shows up a couple minutes early, sets the room up, stays a couple minutes late to clean up, and that's basically the responsibility there. So again, the president, Vice President of Education, Vice President of Membership, Vice President of Public Relations, Secretary, Treasurer, Sergeant at Arms. I know, it's probably a little bit overwhelming, but don't worry. If you take on an officer role, there's officer training put on by Toastmasters to help you understand what's
going on and what you need to do to fulfill your role. There's a club leadership handbook, and I actually have 7 of them for the 7 new officers who will be coming in on July 1st. And like I said before, you don't have to do it by yourself. The officers work as a team, fill in for each other. Nobody's expected to be here every single week. And also other members can help as well. And the bylaws actually say that there is an 8th officer, which is the immediate past club president. So I'll still be an officer, and all the experience that I've had being an officer over the last year and a half, I'll attend the officer meetings and I'll be involved to be able to answer any questions. So Toastmasters and the club are really all about helping you achieve your goals. And if gaining more leadership experience is one of those goals, then I really encourage you to step up and take on an officer role. Thank you.